Welcome to Tales from the Streets. Here's what her narrator has to say. I no longer have any wish to leave because there's nothing to live for. I have told my family members not to bring me to the hospital because no matter the medication, it won't work. Just bury me quickly. No ceremony. Let me go in peace to meet my maker, I told them. Look at me. I may not look like much to you because there are drips all over my frail body, but this body will soon be shed. I will have an eternal body that cannot die. I will be at peace again. But hear my story. Call me Denrele. I met and married my husband Funsho here in Lagos more than 20 years ago. For 20 years, we had no children. It was not because I did not try everything and anything that was suggested. I did. I went from hospital to hospital. I went for test after test. I went from church to church, mountain to mountain, seeking the fruit of the womb. The only thing I did not do and refused to bow to was juju. I made up my mind a long time ago not to seek a child from any Babalawo or those white garment people. I focused on God and believed He would one day answer me like He did Hannah. Over these years too, let me be honest, my husband Funsho did not bother me much about having children. Yes, he too was worried, but he believed that God was the giver of children. But as you know, in a childless marriage, the pressure is always on the woman. So I was the one who went for most of these tests. I was the one who did all the fastings. 40 days dry fast, 90 days white fast, 100 days fasts, year after year after year after year. These things have a way of taking their toll on your body, you know. I lost weight. I lost my zeal for work and life. I mean, what was I working for if I had no child to call my own? What will I be living for if I have no child who will call me mommy? So these things affected my job. I lost 3 different jobs as a chartered accountant at 3 big firms in Lagos. Many times my fasting will clash with office work because I took diligently to prayers and studying the word, and so neglected many aspects of my life. But I didn't care. I wanted a child of my own at all costs. One day, 7 years ago, Funsho came into the house with 2 children. He came in with his 2 sisters and their elder brother. I was confused, so I asked him, Funsho, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Who are these children? I knew they were not his niece and nephew because I know all his nieces and nephews. But Funsho did not answer me. He just sat down. His 2 sisters sat down. It was their elder brother who remained standing that broke the news. He said, Denrele, these are now your children. They were born to Funsho by another woman outside. That was how the news was broken to me, I swear. But let me tell you, please close your mouth. Let me tell you the truth. I was not surprised. Not at all. As a wife, a childless one for that matter, when your husband begins to do kurukere, you just put 2 and 2 together and 4 will not be a difficult answer. I was not surprised at all. As is our custom, I knelt down and thanked my brother-in-law and told him I'll take care of the children. After all, our people say, Ori omo lo n pe omo waye. Taking care of another's child can bring your own children from heaven. Then I asked though, but what of their mother? And they were all looking at each other comfortably. I said, is she dead? They said no. Is she okay with us caring for her children? The children were 4 and 6 years old at that time. They said she was a married woman living in Ibadan. I kept quiet. There was nothing more to say. That would be their own problem, not mine. I took the children in and began to care for them. Again, at some point in between, I lost my job. I had forgotten about the conference we were meant to have at Ogere because I had gone to Okeigbala, Praying Mountain, that weekend. When I got down from the mountain, I received email after email asking for my whereabouts, and the final one was sacking me. My boss had got tired of me being absent and asked me to go from there. I left it all to God. After all, once I have my own children, I won't have to stay so long in prayer on the prayer mountain anymore. A few months after that, my husband too lost his job. So both of us were home. And one day he told me we should apply for visa lottery so we could relocate to the US with the children. He said I shouldn't mention this to any family member. You know how you go and tell people your plans and suddenly the plan does not materialize. So we didn't want to jinx it. We kept quiet about it. I kept quiet for months. So we filled the forms, submitted, waited for results, and bam, we won. All of us, myself, my husband, and the 2 children. We were set to relocate to America. We began to sell off our things, cars, clothes, furniture, and kitchen items, my jewelry, so we could have something to start life with in America. I was also looking forward to seeing new doctors, doing tests to see if I could ever become a mother and have my own children. After 2 months, we had sold off everything and we were set to go in 2 weeks. Then I went to the church for our usual night vigil. Night vigil starts at midnight, but as an usher, I'm an usher in my church, we usually go early to pray and prepare. My husband and I had also booked special farewell prayers. But that Friday night, my husband said he didn't want to go and he wanted the children to stay behind to run some errands for him. I didn't ask too many questions. I said, okay. Then I went to church for our vigil. I came home the next morning at 6 a.m. Because they usually lock our estate gate. I met an empty house. Not unusual. I called my husband, but got no response. His phone was off. I didn't panic because my husband often takes the children out to jog on Saturdays, and many times his phone battery was never fully charged. I showered, then got to bed to take a nap. But much later, when I woke up around 9:45 a.m., something told me to take a walk around the house. Lo and behold, I didn't see any of our suitcases. We had stacked our suitcases in the guest room. They were all gone. My passports were gone. Their passports were gone. I felt my heart drop. Do you know what happened? Funsho had left for America without me. Yes, that's what he did. Not in my wildest dreams did I see this coming, my sister. I went mad. I called my older sister and told her what happened. She came to the house with 3 other relatives. We rushed to the airport and got one of her immigration friends to check. Funsho was long gone. So all that time I was praying in the church, thanking God for a new life we're about to start in America. Funsho and his kids were already boarding the flight. Oh my God. They said to me, get another passport. Report him to the embassy. Go and meet him in America. Don't let him get away with this. Everyone had advice to offer. But I thought about it and decided to let it all go. I wanted to go to America because Funsho will be there. By leaving me behind, it was clear he didn't want me there. What would I be doing alone in America at almost 60? I have left everything to God. But I have no desire for this life anymore. My shattered heart has left me bedridden. That is my story. Go and tell people about it. If you enjoyed the story, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.